Alright, hello everybody and welcome to my channel. It's the Last Hodler here, and as you probably know from one of my previous videos, I am one of the lead blockchain developers at the UK's leading blockchain company called Online Blockchain. And if you want to learn anything there is to know about altcoins and cryptocurrencies in general, but also forking your own altcoins and a little bit of a look at the tech behind Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, then this is going to be the perfect channel for you. And I really recommend that you subscribe, and I'll give you all kinds of awesome information that you wouldn't otherwise learn in any other channel. So subscribe right now, all right? Today we're going to be learning all about why cryptocurrency isn't yet adopted by the mainstream, okay? Because we've seen over the past 10 years since Bitcoin was created out of nothing, that the mainstream really hasn't yet adopted cryptocurrency fully. We're not buying our coffees with cryptocurrency, we're not buying sandwiches in the morning with cryptocurrency, we're still using fiat currency. And why is that, okay? Well, there are four main reasons why the mainstream hasn't really fully adopted cryptocurrency yet, okay? And I'm going to talk about those four reasons now, okay? So the first reason is that cryptocurrency is not fully understood by the layman, okay? If you ask your grandma why she isn't using cryptocurrency or even what cryptocurrency is, she's not going to be able to tell you, okay? People are so used to using fiat currency that when they think money, when they think transaction, they think fiat currency immediately, okay? People don't really know what cryptocurrency is all about yet. You know, they know that Bitcoin is a store of value for some reason, and that for some reason it's secure, and they're not really sure what decentralized means. People don't really understand fully the scope of the potential of cryptocurrency, and they don't realize why it has benefits over fiat currency. All right. So the first reason is that it isn't fully understood. It's not, the education isn't out there yet. It's just like in the dot-com boom with the internet. Okay. The first people that adopted the internet were those who were clever enough to get in early, the nerds, the people that wanted to improve on the foundation that was already created. It wasn't the layman, it wasn't the average person, okay? It was tech-savvy people. And we're seeing the same thing happen with cryptocurrency. We're still in the early days, okay? We're still in the early phases of the technology, all right? So the first people that are going to be interested are going to be those tech-interested, tech-focused people. But the general layman isn't going to have what it takes from a tech background to fully understand the implications until there are more educational tools out there to really fully explain to kind of a normal, someone at a tech level, like normal level, right? For them to understand, the educational material isn't out there yet. They're not able to engage with the cryptocurrency yet because they're not yet educated, generally speaking, okay? So that's the first reason. The average person doesn't understand what cryptocurrency is fully, okay? So the second reason, and this is a really important reason that I think is kind of overlooked in cryptocurrency businesses, cryptocurrency startups, is that the price of crypto right now is really unstable, okay? If you look at any cryptocurrency chart, it's a really big squiggly line, all right? Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, and it's difficult to tell when it's going to go up or down, and those jumps are really big, all right? If you look at foreign exchange trading, let's say trading US dollar for Japanese yen, okay? The prices, the fluctuations in those prices over the course of a year are nowhere near as drastic as they are for cryptocurrency. So if you're a business and you want to accept so maybe fiat money, maybe cryptocurrency for your goods and services, in this current climate, fiat is going to look like a way more attractive option, okay? Because the risk of the price of the cryptocurrency falling into nothing is much higher than if you use fiat, okay? So that's one of the reasons why we're not seeing a lot of vendors of goods and services adopt crypto as their kind of main source of transacting, is because there's so much risk involved with that, okay? And it's not necessarily just risk for the consumer, okay? There is a little bit of a risk for the consumer because they might spend some cryptocurrency that tomorrow would be worth a lot more, okay? But as a business, okay, are you going to have your entire revenue stream be based on a currency that could be worth maybe not nothing tomorrow, but could be worth 30% less, 20% less tomorrow? Okay, that's a huge risk. And in businesses, especially new businesses, that kind of risk can kill the business, all right? So that's one of the reasons why cryptocurrency is not being transacted between consumers and businesses, is because the risk of the price and the instability of the price causes a great amount of risk in how much money you can lose overnight, okay? So that's the second reason why cryptocurrency isn't yet adopted by the mainstream. Now, the third reason is that there are limited tools to spend cryptocurrency with, all right? There's a lot of wallets out there. You can send Ethereum to your friend and they can send it back. But as far as like a standardized tilling software suite that a business can use, especially if they're not into cryptocurrency, don't really understand what it is. There's no standard, like this is the one you should use. There just isn't one, okay? So it's difficult for a business where their employees aren't particularly tech savvy to kind of go, oh, we really want to use cryptocurrency, let's integrate cryptocurrency into our day-to-day operations, because there really isn't any standardized path to take to make that happen, okay? The tech is so new, everything's, there's new technology coming out every day. It's difficult to know, as someone who isn't completely into the cryptocurrency space, what you should use to integrate cryptocurrency into your business, okay? So that's the third reason. There are limited tools to spend it, all right? And as the cryptocurrency software becomes more developed in general and more of these open source projects become more widely used, it's absolutely certain, in my opinion, that there will be a standardized software suite for accepting cryptocurrencies. But until then, until somebody out there, maybe you can make one if you're a software developer, until there is one out there, then it's going to be very difficult for businesses to engage with cryptocurrency and have a good user experience for their customers when using cryptocurrency to transact and purchase goods and services through that business, all right? So it's very limited in how a business can engage with cryptocurrency in the current climate, okay? And I'm talking 2018, mid-2018. It's at this moment difficult for a business to engage, okay? So the fourth and final reason is that cryptocurrencies are incredibly legally ambiguous, okay? Since we're in such a new tech space now, we're in a space just like we were in the dot-com bubble with the internet, it's difficult to know what is allowed today, whether that's going to be allowed tomorrow, and whether I'm even allowed to do it right now, okay? So let's say you're an international business and you want to use cryptocurrency. You're going to have to hire a legal team for each demographic to figure out what the requirements are, what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do, and the consequences of those actions, okay? And not only would doing something like that be incredibly expensive, there's also a lot of risk involved, okay? Since you're in such a new space, cryptocurrency is so new, nobody really knows. Well, not that many people anyway. Not many people really know what is allowed and what isn't allowed. It's just the same with developers. There aren't that many developers out there that really know what they're doing with cryptocurrency. And it's going to be the same with lawyers and accountancies and all that kind of thing. Then there's a lot of risk involved. So let's say you're a cryptocurrency exchange, okay, you want to be available in many different countries. There are different requirements for each specific country, right? KYC is a perfect example. That's know your customer, all right? The required information that you as the exchange owner has to know about your customer to be allowed to operate as an exchange is different in every country. It's different in the US than it is in the British Virgin Islands, right? And if you want to be available to all those different demographics, not only is that going to be difficult to establish, but it's going to be incredibly risky. All right, there's a lot at stake here. If you break one of those laws, that can be an absolute disaster for your business. It can kill a business, right? So the legal ambiguity on these things is an incredibly limiting factor, all right? Businesses want to minimize their risk, all right? So entering the cryptocurrency space and adopting cryptocurrency is kind of like the opposite of what they want to do from a risk perspective, because there's so much risk involved, so many things can go wrong, and we've seen that with exchanges, okay, over time. So many exchanges have been hacked, and it's not because they were stupid or because they didn't have security in mind. It's because there were so many unknown unknowns that they couldn't have foreseen, okay? We have known knowns, things that we know, right? There are known unknowns, things we know that we don't know, right? I know I don't know this, right? And there are also unknown unknowns, things that you don't even realize you don't know, okay? And when it comes to cryptocurrency, and when it comes to the legal side of cryptocurrency, unknown unknowns can ruin a business, all right? If you do something you didn't realize you weren't allowed to do, that causes a huge fine, some big legal upset, that can kill a new business, right? It can kill an old business, but especially if you're a startup, and a lot of these cryptocurrency businesses are startups, then you really want to minimize your risk, and you don't want to be setting foot in a realm where you don't necessarily know what you are allowed to do and what you aren't allowed to do, and one wrong move could cause a complete disaster, all right? So those are 4 reasons why cryptocurrencies, generally speaking, haven't been adopted into the mainstream, but I'm very confident that cryptocurrencies will be adopted into the mainstream eventually as the tech becomes more well established, there becomes more standardized practices within cryptocurrency space, then we'll definitely see a more wide range of opportunities opportunities for us as Bitcoin and Ethereum and all those other altcoin hodlers. We'll be able to use our coins to transact for goods and services in the future. Okay, so please make sure, if you want to learn about anything to do with cryptocurrencies, altcoins, cryptocurrency mining, what's going to be the next good cryptocurrency, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll give you all of that information as it comes in. All right, and leave a comment in the comment section if there's any questions or queries you have about cryptocurrencies or cryptocurrency adoption, and I will make sure I answer those from a developer's perspective. And as always, guys, please remember to hodl for as long as possible.